Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Puck and Stuff podcast. We're in a whole different terrain here.
We're not at the table for once.
No longer
well,
online.
I'm at the Puck and Stuff table right now, but my boy over here, he's on the other side he's in a different province at the moment. So
yeah.
T-Dog, it's been a hot minute. How have you been?
Oh man, it's been good. Vacation's going fine, just soaking up the sun there, getting some of that lake country vibrancy, so it's not too bad. But how are you, good sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been enjoying my long weekend, and nothing's truly happened in sports.
No, nothing too much. A few little things, but honestly, hey, a man can dream.
Hey, a man can dream.
Anyways, yeah, nothing too crazy, but I guess the biggest signing for say in the NHL world would be John Klingberg. So he kind of fumbled the bag there. Signs to the Anaheim Ducks just for the 1 year there, worth $7 million, because of good old arbitration. He did fumble the bag, hey, because Dallas offered him, I think, 7 years or 8 years at 7.85. I'll get the number here quickly.
I think it was he was trying to get 7.5, or I think he was almost trying to ask for 8, but Dallas couldn't afford that, so he went to Anaheim for 1 year for 7, I believe, if that's correct.
Yeah, hold on here. So Puck Report. Thank you, Puck Report. Yeah, so he rejected an offer that Dallas gave him, 8 years for 7.25 AAV. So because he wanted an 8x8.
Yeah.
No one was going to give it to him. So because he didn't sign or anything, he fires his agent and then settles for 1 year, $7 million. Yeah, blames the agent. That's funny.
And then fumbles the bag and goes to Anaheim. Well,
it was a weird, to me, I was like, wow, Anaheim. That's I didn't really expect. I don't really see that he'd be a part of their vision, I guess, per se. I mean, but they got the cap space. I was checking it right now, projected right now. They have 18 million. That's free in cap space. Besides, if Jakob Silverberg comes back off of a long-term injury, then they have 5 million less. So I guess around 13 million. But they still got enough to they could sign a few players, man. I mean, they could be in for Kadri. I mean, they're not a contender. And I know that Kadri wanted to be or wants to go to a contender team, but they have the money to sign some names.
That is very true. And I'm not going to lie. I would have thought Klingberg could have gone somewhere else. So, and Anaheim hasn't really looked in any shape to be contenders at any time. So that's probably why he took the 1 year. But I guess 7 mil and you're hanging out in California, it's not a bad setup. It was kind of unexpected. I thought he fumbled the ball on this one. He could have easily went with Dallas if he wanted to, but it couldn't work out. So I guess he's stuck in Anaheim with that rebuilding team for a bit.
So yeah, I guess pretty much the ultimate story is he just signed with Anaheim because I think they're the one team that was willing to kind of sign over this contract just for the 1 year, and then they'll see how it works out. Because if Anaheim for say they have a season that there's a lot of upswing and there's some positivity come last season. So if they can take that momentum to next season, it was the first half that they were playing, pretty well. I mean, if they can keep a consistency, right, then they might play a bit better, and have a better outcome than last season. Then hey, right, maybe Klingberg wants to stay for that. So he's just an expensive player, right? And defensemen do come at a cost like that, but people are very weary now, especially when you got contracts like Darnell Nurse, Seth Jones, right? Making so much money, but they eat up minutes, of course, but besides that, there's point production, and there of course is there's just better assets out there that aren't worth $7 to $9 million, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I kind of see that the role that John Klingberg played, he played quite a big role in Dallas for sure. You could probably say he was a top defenseman for them with high skin in that scenario. But I guess in that scenario, I guess Anaheim is in need of that big defenseman for a year, even if it is just for a year. That is an upgrade to your defense in Anaheim's eyes. And
Well,
plus,
it is definitely. It's just like, of course, who can you afford? I mean, in this case, they can, but for other teams, can you afford that cap space?
no, probably
And
not.
will it hurt you in the long run? But of course, that isn't really applicable here because it's just 1 year. But I'll quickly go through their defense list right now that is signed, ready to go come October. Klingberg, of course, gets paid the highest at 7 mil for the 1 year. Then it goes Cam Fowler. He's signed till 2025, 2026. Which is his last season, sorry, at 6.5 mil AAV. Then Kevin Shattenkirk has 1 year left with 3.9 million. Then Jamie Drysdale gets paid the 925 entry level contract there, which he'll have to resign come next season after that. Then it goes Urho Vakanainen, who is getting paid 850K there till 2024, 2025, my bad. The Colton White, 762.5. Okay, so he must be a bridge deal there. Till 2024, 2025. Josh Mahura has to sign after next season, and Simone Benoit has to be signed by next season as well. So yeah, a lot of young players. I think some of these still kind of go through the system there and their AHL team. But yeah, no, it's nothing too crazy. But I guess you want to definitely sign more. But of course, I think they were wanted to keep and maintain their young prospects. So I think that's why to me it made no. That's why to me I was kind of like, oh really, Klingberg, just because Klingberg is the age and what he wants for himself for his career. I don't know really matches with Anaheim.
Oh,
That's why I was kind of confused.
that I'm not gonna lie, I was confused as hell too when I saw that deal, but I only saw it was the 1 year, so I'm like, well, if Anaheim doesn't end up doing as well as they can, they'll probably just send them off for a first anyways to a contender. So this doesn't really hurt Anaheim in the long run. It does add
No,
an upgrade, but overall, it's not really a hurtful gamble in Anaheim's hands. You got a ton of cap space. You're obviously trying to sign your young guns next year, so this doesn't hurt you in the long run, right? So hey, you added an upgrade to your defense, and he's a top line for defenseman, so can't really complain if you're
yeah, no, there
an
you go. Well, it's
Anaheim
like you
fan.
said, right? Soak up the Orange County Sun there for a year, get traded away or something, and then see, hey, maybe you find some success, and then you can get that contract that you're looking for. So that's for a little bit there, I was thinking that Calgary might actually be in on him
Oh, thank
because
God.
on the no, the reason why is because on the Flames Reddit, people were like, "Oh, are you guys looking at like the Instagram pages?" And I think it was like Markstrom and Lindholm and Backlund and a few others were like, and Lucic were like following him. I think Coleman, sorry, was also following him. And people are like, "Oh, whoa, he's following." So does that mean like they're gonna sign him or something? But then again, he is also Swedish, so he probably has like friends with the Flames because we're that team's like 60% Swedish. It feels like,
Yeah, he's got the Swedes on his team.
but
It's okay. We got Mackenzie Weegar now.
that's true,
We
bro.
don't need
And
Klingberg. We got Mackenzie Weegar.
dude, it's better. I don't know, man. I would rather Uyghur. I'll be
I think
honest.
I
It's to
prefer
me.
Weegar right now.
I don't want to call. I don't think Klimberg is overrated, but I
He's
think Heiskanen is better.
Heiskanen has the
That's what
more
I'll put it at.
upside, the more potential.
And is
Back
younger,
and
so
forth. It's back and forth if he's better or not for sure. But he does have he makes it competitive with him for sure. But yeah, I think John Klingberg's off to Anaheim, and it's a good upgrade for them. But
yeah.
hey, any other hockey news going on before we get to our main segment here?
Oh, it's nothing too crazy. I guess we'll quickly do some. There's some arbitration filings here.
All right, we'll start off with those.
And if anyone listening, if you're fans of any of these teams, tell us how you feel about these. I know this one that I'm going to go into right now. A
Comment
lot of
down,
Devils
boys.
fans are into it. So Jesper Bratt. So the team is offering to pay him 4.15 at AV, but Jesper Bratt is wanting about around the 6.5 million range. So there's an arbitration filing for that. Now I see a lot of Devils fans are ticked, and I think rightly so because Jesper Bratt's definitely going to get a little bit of a payday, and you don't want to use some young stars up and coming that I was willing to help. That's going to be able to help, solidify the depth there as well. You don't want to keep losing players, right? Because he just needs someone to play with.
I guess that is true. Yes.
So it's supposed to be only on a 1 to 2 year deal. So the fact that they're not even willing to do that, does it speak volume as to why? I mean, New Jersey was supposed to be in on Johnny, but I don't know, man. Like, if they're not even willing to pay Brett, were they willing to pay Johnny? There's probably just bad speculation, but
A little bit, because like a lot of people were actually very shocked that New Jersey didn't pick up Gaudreau, and this is another kind of weird reasoning why they won't sign this player as well. But like, yeah, New Jersey is kind of having a butt fumble of a off season right now, and it's kind of showing just from the beginning off of Johnny Gaudreau in this situation as well. So, New Jersey, you're real something right now, that's for sure. In that situation,
I don't know. They gotta. I don't know. What you have is what you have. Work with it, and then add on. Like I get that they're probably so feeling the sting a bit because they really thought they were gonna get someone like Johnny Gaudreau.
what a piece that would have been fun to watch with Jack.
That would have been 100%. I was thinking like him, Hughes, and Sharon Govich on a line would have been absolutely dominant.
I think
disgusting.
I would have preferred Johnny Gaudreau going to New Jersey than actually going over to Columbus. I still am just kind of dumbfounded by the idea they saw in Columbus right now. But
well, it sounds like it would have made more sense with the whole home thing. But you know what? Like what happened, and I think it makes sense. Honestly, though, at the same time, let's just be glad that it wasn't a Pacific team that he went to. He wasn't going to, but just when a player of that caliber, like I guess both and Kachuk, right? Like that's another thing to think about. When both of those like star players are not in your division anymore, that's kind of nice, right? Because that's not as much firepower to deal with. I mean, you still have to deal with like McDavid and all that, and Draisaitl and company and all, and there's other players, of course, but yeah. So I don't see that as too whatever. Oh, also too, another arbitration filing with Jakob Trenin with the New Jersey Devils here. He wanted 1 year by 2.4, and the team is offering 2 years at 1.35. So maybe he just wants a year, and then maybe. I guess would you see that as Trenin wants to like kind of prove himself a little more to see if he like come next season teams would look at that and be like, hey, we'll sign you. Maybe like give you like a 4-year deal because we see what you've done in Nashville, something like that.
Yeah, they're probably giving him. It's probably just that little test of waters, and see. Obviously, the 1 year contracts, obviously, and enough in that scenario when gives him a chance to kind of show what he does, and then see if he gets a big boy contract next year with longer terms and everything he wants. So, I guess they'll debate on a lot what he does this season for sure. Just like Klingberg in a sense with Anaheim. Just depends. Test the water, see how it goes. But yeah, I don't have much crazy sense to say about that one.
I didn't mind Trenton. I think it fit well with Nashville. So I wouldn't mind seeing him, stick on. But I mean, I think he'd be a good asset if say this somehow didn't work and he got sent off, or some other teams to sign him. I think they wouldn't mind having that solidify a little bit of a.
They did sign Philip Forsberg by 8 by.
They did, yes.
Correct, yeah.
So
they're probably doing all right.
Preds their projected cap space right now is $4.094 million.
Not great.
So that really their only signing they have for this year is Trenin. So I mean, that's a depth forward that you want to kind of keep, I think. But of course, they got what they need to get done with Forsberg, right?
Do they have any big ones next year that have to be signed?
Next year, RFA. So Tanner Jeannot will be an RFA. I say you sign him. I really thought he was in the Calder runner for a long time. I love the way Jeannot plays. He's got that like Kachuk like annoyingness, but he's got the physicality.
Oh,
so I think that Michael McCarron, John Leonard, Marcus Nurmi, and then as well Dante Fabro, Mark Borowiecki is the UFA, and Alexander Carrier, and then Kevin Lankinen as their backup goalie. So nothing too crazy. I think what they need to do is start figuring out like just getting some addition. I mean, the defense is not bad. I mean, Yossi, McDonough. I mean, McDonough's is an older player, so he's not worth the 6.75. Ekholm too, right? Like
Roman
they have
Yossi just also
Lazon.
came off of a career year, so that's also
That's
really nice to
true.
have.
But Lazon's a great look of a deal too, right? He's getting paid 2 mil a year up until the end of 2025, 2026.
And then
So there's nothing. I don't know. You have a
Nash,
little bit of room. You have a little bit of wiggle room. 4 million, nothing really that crazy, but you could probably figure out a decent sign. I mean, they could sign like a Sam Steele, excuse me, or or Evan Rodriguez, something like that.
oh yeah, like looking at Nashville's situation right now, they're actually, they're in a much better situation, I think, than last year because you just signed Phil Forsberg. You know he's going to stay long term now. He's committed to Nashville. Soros is looking like a great like starter goaltender for you. Maybe you can add a depth defenseman just to make sure the defense is complete. And you saw what they did. They signed a Niederreiter, I believe, for I think it was the 2 year, if I'm correct. Not
Yeah, near 2 or 4 million, which I
yeah.
needed. Was a great signing.
That
I did
was a
like that.
that was a great depth forward for Nashville. So maybe if you just go for the depth defenseman, I think they are looking like contenders again. Maybe that hopefully if they don't versus Colorado, don't get swept in the first round.
Oh,
But they look way better in
they're
my opinion.
I think they're definitely guaranteed in that spot to be in the playoff race and all that. Yeah, forward group is honestly much better than I honestly kind of remember. But then again, of course, that's when addition of Niederreiter. I like Sissons, Philip Tomasino, great young player. I think you're definitely going to have to keep him once you have to sign him in 2024, 2025. Eli Tolvanen, also a great asset as well. Like, a few little young pieces and stuff. So
Yeah,
I think as they keep that consistency and stuff. Defense, yeah, I guess you would add another depth piece. It's just the McDonough. McDonough is like it's just a bad. The
is it a
money
bad
is not the
contract?
best.
Is it like a
Six
really
point six McDonough's contract is 6.75 mil till the end of 2025, 2026. And the thing is, you're not getting the McDonough that you would have had
you're not getting prime McDonough.
seven
You're
years
getting
ago, right?
McDonough.
So
I mean,
what
his veteran
he is
that's really
he
tough.
is only 33, which is funny we say that because Yossi, right, is 32. He's only a year younger.
Yeah.
So that's
But
something to think as well. Same with Ekholm. But it just seems like Ekholm and McDonough have like kind of lost their step a little bit. And unlike Yossi, like Yossi just seems to like just be above that. But of course, like I said, I love the Lazon signing, and Borowiecki is great for leadership. But I think retirement, I think it was been talked about. Carrier wasn't bad in Vegas. I don't know. So yeah, I guess another addition wouldn't be too bad to the depth to
the
the D line there.
The thing with Ryan McDonough, though, is you're not obviously getting prime Ryan McDonough, but this time around, you're also getting veteran leadership Stanley Cup winner Ryan McDonough. So that might take a huge toll, especially if you go into playoffs. You need a leader like that. So in the long run, it could actually be good for Nashville adding that. But at the same time, it might be if his contract ended like if it was like 2 years off of 6 mil, that wouldn't be that bad. But just I think length kills it because hell, you never know. He might even retire after 2 years or 3 years in Nashville. But I think it's just the length of the contract that sucks, but not the
Yeah, no,
players.
yeah.
It's like when you look at two examples that went to my head is like Chris Letang's contract and Evgeny Malkin's with
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. I think they went 2 years just too long for how old they
Yeah.
are,
Oh,
but they're also legends of Pittsburgh, so it's really hard to say that. But
yeah.
I think maybe its contract length is questionable for some of these teams making those long contract terms. But I mean, if the player's willing to keep up with it, he's willing to keep up with it, right?
Yeah. Oh, and of course, like here's I think you kind of already mentioned this, but uh, you have a Stanley Cup in your back pocket, I guess too. In his sense, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to pay more.
Yeah,
So that
exactly.
kind of how it goes. But I guess we'll see. Nashville's always a team on the radar,
I
especially
guess so.
when they out with the old with Pecorine and with the new with UC Saros, and so it's like they're in an odd position, but I kind of like it because hey, like
A lot of
maybe
wiggle room.
maybe it's just coaching, right? Maybe even the coaching might be a factor in and pushing them over the edge. So I don't know. We'll see.
I guess we'll definitely have to see. But anyways, going to our main segment of today, we are planning on doing another tier list of NHL logos. You guys probably already saw it up front. I adjusted at the wrong time. I look stupid, whatever. But T-Dog and I are going to do another tier list because we thought it was fun the very first time when we did jerseys. And now we're going to do logos. So again, if you guys have any other options of tier lists that you guys want us to do, including NBA, NFL, anything, just drop it down in the comments. Maybe leave a like and subscribe, and I'll stop yammering and we'll get right into this list. T-Dog, we will start off with the duck foot. We always love going back to this duck foot.
Yeah, it's always, well, I guess we're going in alphabetical order. How's the mic feeling, by the way?
In my hand? Not bad.
Not feeling. Sorry, how's it sounding?
Oh, it sounds pretty good. That's why I hold it like just right there. That's what I've been doing.
I might move it around and see how it works. But anyways, yeah, Anaheim. Okay, so just the duck itself. I mean, it's cool, right? Because it's a duck foot to look like a D.
Nothing beats the old one. If it was the old one, we'll put it in S tier. But just
the Mighty Ducks, yes, S tier. But I almost preferred when their logo had like the word Anaheim Ducks written out on it too.
Oh, when it was like the Ducks with the duck foot, but it's spelled out Anaheim Ducks. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I liked it actually more. But this one ain't bad. I'm gonna, in my opinion, I think it's a B tier. I got nothing wrong with it. It's just I think they need to switch it up a bit now. I think I've just seen it for too long. I don't know.
I don't mind it. It's yeah, the Mighty Ducks just is an S tier to me, but this isn't a terrible downgrade. Just yeah, I think they need something new. I'll agree with you on that. I'll go B for sure. And we have the Arizona Coyotes. It is the Coyotes head. So, I mean, it's a okay one. It shows the Coyote.
Technically, theirs is the Kachina now because they went to it officially. This one I'm also putting B in my opinion, but the Kachina to me is an A.
Oh, the Kachina one is the A. I was going to put this one in C because like it's just Coyote head. That's all it was. It was
that's fair.
It was just a logo to me.
I like the logo. I just think, like wearing it on like the crest or something is pretty sick.
I mean, yeah,
but no, you put it in C. No, put it in C.
Right,
honestly, I get it. It's basic. Kachina is way better, and I'm glad that they learned from their mistakes and come back to it.
Yeah, so, for sure. All right, we're going on to Boston. I really don't mind this, especially when it's on a jersey. I don't mind the look, but it's just a B with some stripes if you really look at it, just a logo. Like it's an iconic logo, but it's just a B with some black and yellow stripes around it.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It is. It is. But
so it's hard.
Right?
I like it. But then again, the problem what I'm doing right now, and I realized I just did this with Arizona, is I'm kind of thinking of the jersey too. But the logo itself is basic, it's classic, but in all honesty, ain't too crazy about it. I mean,
I think it's a C.
It's a C. But I don't think C is that bad in this scenario, right? Like these are just logos, right? Like
I think just because it's a classic logo, I would bump it up to B, but that's like it. Just because it's a classic logo and it's like always been theirs, except that when they switch it over to an actual bear, but they just keep updating the look of the logo and it's the same one. So I'll give it the credit to that.
No, if it was Meth Bear, then I'd put it in like above S tier.
Yes, if it was Meth Bear. I love Meth Bear. I love Meth Bear. But anyways, you're good if it's in B?
Yeah, I'm all good. If it's in B
for Boston.
That's right.
All right, now we move on to the Buffalo Sabres. I actually decently like this logo. Like, it's kind of flashy. It shows our buffalo and shows the swords, and it's got the good color scheme to it. Nothing like too crazy about it, but I like it. It's.
I always liked it. It's a nice crest, right?
Yeah,
like this, like the sword as well, like the saber sword, and the buffalo just running all that. It ain't no buffa slug, so that makes it better.
Not a buffa slug, but
I think it's a solid. I honestly, man, I think it's a B to an A. I'll say B.
Oh wow, you're on B to A. All right, I'll agree with you on that one.
All right, like it. I definitely need to get a Sabres jersey.
Yeah, a Sabres jersey would be sick. I would purposely put Jack Eichel on it just for the joke, just for the.
You're gonna waste that much money to put Jack Eichel 15 on it.
God
Or
damn
number
right.
9,
Or number
or number
9.
9 Jack Eichel. Yeah.
Nah, if you want to go like 2015 classic, it's got to be 15. 100%.
There you go, right?
You're
You
right.
think it'd sell for some pennies? For like
If he
2
does
pennies.
something with Vegas, maybe, probably not. Any Buffalo Sabres guy that sees it will probably just like get that off you and throw in a
Well,
river.
they'll be throwing pennies at you if they saw you wearing an
Yeah,
Eichel
they would throw
jersey.
pennies at you.
Buffalo Sabres Eichel jersey.
Oh, that would be
Don't
hilarious.
remind them. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate. Poor guys.
very poor guys.
I really hope Buffalo makes the playoffs soon, man. I seriously like if they make say if they somehow made the playoffs next year, I'm telling you, man, that's gonna be like my team. I'm kind of like rooting for, you know.
Also,
I
we
just
only
am,
got 10
man.
minutes.
Oh, we do. Oh,
Yeah, we better pick this up a little bit. Okay, so we're moving on to
Calgary.
Calgary.
Be like
Yep, literally.
Calgary. Okay. The Flaming Sea is pretty cool.
I think
Pretty basic.
Yeah.
It's not S tier just because there's some really cooler ones, but of course I just love it. I think it looks nice. Yeah, it's an A.
It brings back the Atlanta Flames classic logo, kind of like how I was mentioning it with the jersey in the last tier episode. So I love it. I think it deserves an A at most.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're going on to Carolina. Carolina, I kind of see what they were going with here, with like kind of making it look like a hurricane in a sense, and with
the puck in the middle being the eye of the storm, I think is sick.
Yeah, I see what
it
you.
It is sick.
It is. I gotta admit that.
I don't know, man. I don't. I almost want to put this one in the B.
I would also put this in B, to be honest. That's a
sick.
It is a B kind of tier logo for sure. You agree on B?
Yeah, B should be work.
All
should
right.
be good. Yeah.
Okay, Chicago. I think
it's S tier, man.
I think it's S tier. I love this
logo.
Yeah,
like it's been this.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, so my bad. It's been like this it's been like pretty much the same forever.
Yeah.
And like colors and stuff. I mean, it just fits with the name and everything, right? So
it fits with the jersey so well too.
Love it too, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's so distinctive. It is so distinctive. You know, it's like there's how there's like it's like in other sport leagues too, like certain logos, like the Celtics logo, for example. It just screams basketball, right? Stuff like that. Like to me, that the Blackhawks logo screams hockey. I think even if you don't even watch hockey, but if you know the Blackhawks logo, you probably know it's hockey related.
Exactly.
That's kind of like I think it's kind of cool about it.
That's the cool part. And we move on to our another team. It's Colorado Avalanche. I really like this logo.
Love this logo.
Yeah,
man.
like
I love it so much.
I think it either deserves A or S. I'm really like tempted to put it in S, but I think it sticks in A.
You think it sticks in A?
I think it sticks in A.
You know, I love it so much just because like the snow with the puck on it and stuff, and like kind of has like the sea, like it wraps around to make it look like a C for Colorado.
Yeah, I do see.
I like it.
Also, I'm wearing it.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Keep it in A.
Convenient.
But I think
I'll keep it in A.
It's one of my favorites.
All right, we move on to Columbus and the Columbus Blue Jackets logo. I don't. It's all right.
Bad. We're not from Ohio, so we probably don't respect it as much because it's the Ohio flag, right, with the star. So that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it's referenced, some Civil War history or whatever. I of course wouldn't understand too much, not being from America, but you know what? I don't think it's an F. I don't think it's an F.
I think it's a C at most.
I think it's a C. I think it's a C. I really think it's a C.
Yeah, there's nothing.
If it was the older one, I like the newer one more. I think that's more of a BA. But yeah, I think a CD is fine.
I think so too. And we're just gonna put that there and move on. You heard my rant.
Yo.
You heard my rant. I don't need to do anymore.
Yo, bro. All right, here. Let me justify this for.
All right, justify it a bit.
The two Dallas Stars fans. Yeah. There's actually more than that. Mike Modano was a great player. I think all the Minnesota North Stars fans got sad and all became Dallas fans. So they all live in Minnesota. Anyways, Dallas. So the old logo, of course, is way better. Again, it's like the jersey. It was cool at first. It's gotten bland. But I think it's a D, man. In my opinion, I think it's a D.
All right, I'll be nice.
But man, people are gonna think we don't hate Dallas. It's just I don't know. They got to do better.
The logo isn't that great. And your jerseys.
Yeah. Fix that and then it's different. But Hey man, you guys have Jason Robertson. I wouldn't be complaining. So it's perfect. Red Wings.
Big
All right.
And
Yeah,
Red Wings.
that's true.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I
Yes.
gotta put this in B. B is probably like going along with kind of like Boston's analogy in a sense of like, oh, it's a classic logo. It's always been theirs. They've always just updated, and they never changed it because it's always looked good. It's always been a good
Yeah.
logo to put on a
So
jersey.
it's always been solid, like the wheel with the wings on it. I think it's distinctive, right?
Yeah.
That's another one that screams like you see that. Oh, you know it's hockey, no
Yeah.
matter where you're from, and that's really cool. You see it a lot in pop culture, right? Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right?
Yeah.
His buddy wears I think it's a Gordy jersey, right?
I think it's
So.
just a Detroit jersey. I don't think there was actual number.
You know what? It's funny you say that. We say that because that, and then in the Mike Myers movie, he wears the Blackhawks jersey.
Oh, what movie was that again?
Oh, no,
oh,
it's
was
not.
that
I was thinking about not Wayne's World. Oh my goodness,
Wayne's World?
Wayne's
Yeah,
World.
Wayne's World.
There you go. So
Oh,
it's funny how we say that. We say that, right? It's because like these have some movie correlations to it. I think it's pretty cool. Love the jersey,
cool.
man.
I love that.
Love the logo. I think the logo could be even S tier too, but yeah, B's fine. B's perfect.
Yeah, for sure. And we move on to the Edmonton Oilers and pop.
No, man, I actually think it's a B.
I'm mad at them. Okay,
You put it as a C. You can put it as a C, but for me, I think it's a B because ultimately it's like like to me it reminds me of Edmonton. I don't know. I think it's just it's a simple. It's good.
I don't even hate their logo for it. It kind of describes what
hate
they're
it.
going with. Edmonton Oilers. It's oil. It's like it's even the letters are even dripping down like oil, and it's like it's a cool logo. It's a classic logo, like in a sense. You won it with Gretzky a few times, and that's a classic.
SCA more.
Yeah, like that's a class. I'll go with B in that scenario for sure. And we move on to Florida. So I preferred Florida's older jerseys and their older
Yeah, their
logo,
old one's
with
better.
the
This
cat
one's a D
jumping
in my
out.
opinion.
Rah rah, meow. But I don't mind the Ferrari looking Panther. I don't mind it. I don't hate it.
I think it should be a side crest or a side patch. If it was a side patch and they had a no logo, I think it'd be sick.
Yeah, I agree with that too, but
maybe I hate it too much. Maybe a C. Do you think a C is fine?
Yeah, I'll live with a C. I'll live with a C for sure. And Tristan, I'll just do this for you for the next team.
You don't have to put it in D. I think a D. The reason why is because again, it's just I feel like it's bland.
You need to bring the old one back. The old logo was so sick. Like so sick. I'm so shocked they got rid of it.
More with it. I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't. You know what it is? It's because you think of LA, think of Hollywood. Hollywood's a big, vibrant, in your face. This to me just isn't in your face. Like if you're the Kings, man, you're the Kings. I don't know. To me, it's like you hear that your logo should be like, yeah, like we rule this. We rule this this town. I don't really see that. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Again, I was more of a fan of their older logo, but this one was kind of bland to me. It's so hard to tell.
They need to add the purple to it, like royalty color and stuff.
Yeah, that would be. They have added purple to it. Oh, that was classic. But yeah, I totally see what you mean with this one. We're moving on to the Minnesota Wild. I love this logo. I love
S tier for me, man.
Is it S tier? I was gonna put A.
No. The reason why it's an S tier for me is the fact that it's like I love that it's like just all the designs in it, right? The star being the eye, the river stream being the mouth, right?
Yeah.
Of the bear and like the trees, and I love it. I love it.
You know what? I'll agree with you on that one. I love the creativity that Minnesota went to with this logo, and it worked out really well, and it looks great on their jersey. So I'll agree with you on S tier for that one. We move on to Montreal, and this is another classic logo. It's pretty basic, as you can tell. It's the C in Montreal, and it's a classic logo. I would put it in B.
The toilet seat's awesome. I love it.
Are you okay with B, or would you want me to put it up to A? Do you think it's worth A?
I think it's a B.
You'll keep it a B?
Just basic, but man, I love it. Another one that screams hockey, right?
That
You
is
see
true.
it?
That is true. And we move on to Nashville. I prefer this one way better than their old one.
What, the
The
mustard
Panther,
one? Yeah.
the Panther. I prefer this one
Uh,
over the old one. Oh, I'm not putting it in D.
I think it's an A, man. I'll be honest.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I much prefer the design of this
Because that's
Predator.
what I'm trying to say. It was like with which one was the thing that's gotta be menacing? Or I don't know, Kings. I don't know. To me, it's like the Predators, whatever, and it's like the saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah,
That's a sick logo, man.
it really is.
It's aggressive.
And the next team we have up is New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
Again, with their jerseys, this is a classic like logo and jersey to, or just the logo, I guess, in a sense. This is a classic logo to me just because of the Martin Brodeur era, and that's why it's a classic to me. I would put it in B, but I'm okay if we put it in C.
What about the Patrick Elias era? Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh, yeah. I guess they're in the same area. Yeah, I got to give him some credit too. Yeah, for sure. But I would put it in C for now. But I personally would bump it up.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's cool, right? The N and the J connecting with each other, it being like a devil. They never needed to change it, and I don't think they need to. I don't
No, I
mind
don't.
it. Just see, it's mid tier. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not
Two
bad.
there.
We have the New York Islanders.
I've always liked this Islanders one. Now,
I like the logo.
for
I like
me,
the
I want to
logo.
put it in a B. We've put so many in B though, but like, like the fact that it points on the map. You can kind of see where it is with the with. Is it the Y? I can't remember if it's the puck. No, I think it's the stick. Anyway, it indicates. No, it's the eye. Yeah, it is the eye. The eye like depicts where their arena was located in Long Island.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool. Yeah, if you kind of see that, it's spaced out. So that's really cool. That's a good little thing.
Oh, I never
Right,
even knew
like
that.
this, the stick with the Y, adding to the Y to it.
Yeah.
Like, the classic. I love it.
I think it would be better than the. I think it would. I think it looks better than Montreal's logo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I actually prefer it. Yeah, no,
I think I would still put this in B. I would still put the logo in B. You good with that? You good with that,
Yeah,
Tito?
I'm fine with that.
Oh, beauty. All right, we'll move on to the other New York team that we say, in our opinion, is much better. We got the Rangers. I think it's A.
I love it.
Logo.
I love it. I think it's A tier. It's funny because the amount we're talking about these other logos, but it's the colors, man. Those colors and it just works. The blue shirts, I love it.
You also gotta like think as well. It's like, oh, is this logo gonna look good on the jerseys that we put on it?
I know it's hard.
That's
to,
the
like,
biggest factor.
But this is like completely like it, like the jersey. It isn't completely like the jersey one because I mean they're up there, but the Prez one where the Prez logo is up there, not the jersey.
Yeah,
not that jersey. No, thank you.
Yeah, there is a big difference between us rating the jerseys and the logos in a sense, yes, but like I love that logo for New York in general because it kind of gave birth to their jerseys. So especially with the Rangers across, it just looks so good. But yeah, I think it's A tier logo, 100%. I'm assuming you're agreeing with me on this one.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that.
All right, we move on to the Ottawa Senators. This one looks I'm happy they went to this one because it looks way better than their old one, in my opinion. Just for logo.
That's very true. Actually, yeah, the colors too.
Yeah,
it's not that Reebok Prime. Like I swear those the previous ones were like made for like the Reebok Prime ears or the Reebok Edge. I can't remember what they were called specifically. Those jerseys, I don't know, but I like these ones better.
Yeah. I think it's still like a C. I think it's still like a C tier like logo though. Is that like disrespectful to say to that?
I don't think it is because it's cool, but I don't know.
I think they could have. It's so hard to do more with that though.
Maybe almost like the more like sleep deprived senator. You know that one, the guy with his eyes open.
Yeah,
I guess, or more or less the one that they wore in their 07 run.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like it. I didn't even hate their old one either. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it's just,
You know what it
couldn't
is?
find the
We
words to
can't put so
say.
many in B. There's our excuse.
Yeah, can't put that many. We move on to Philadelphia, and it's another classic
Don't
logo
mind
that
it.
hasn't changed.
Classic. Um,
But I don't think I don't think it's better than the ones we put in B so far, though.
no, I don't know if I can say.
I don't think it's in a B. I don't think it's a B. I think it's a C.
But I think is it better than Carolina's though? Like that's how I see it. I don't know.
Oh, I think it's better than Carolina's.
You think it is? We'll put it in C then. I think
Yeah,
we're kind of
I
mutually on
think
this one.
Carolina has a little bit better logo than Phillies. Phillies is still a classic because of how long they've had it. Just I think Carolina beats them by. It's not by much though. It's not by much. It's not
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
wins. So, yeah, I think I gotta go with C. But I think Pittsburgh's, on the other hand,
Dude,
has to
that's
be.
the it's A, but I think it in some sense is almost S tier for me. I think it's A,
I
but
think it's A. I think it's
part
a.
of me, I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
don't know why I do. Maybe it's because it's a penguin.
Remember
He's
the
playing
like
hockey.
'90s ones?
It's pretty much like it.
Yeah, pretty close. But yeah,
I think it's just
I instantly think Crosby when I see this logo, and I just love it
yeah.
for that.
Lemieux, Crosby, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's an A. I would bump it up to S, but it's still so tough to tell.
Yeah, I think A. Yeah, I think A.
So I didn't agree on the jerseys for this team, but I wasn't talking about the logo at all because I actually really like the San Jose logo.
I love
really
this
do.
logo.
I'm not gonna put it in D.
Is it A? I think it's
Is it A or S?
I think it's an S tier. I think A then.
If you
I do love it.
Pittsburgh's is an S tier, I would almost say
you got a good point there, good sir.
This is hard because, like, I would even make the case of putting Pittsburgh on S tier, putting San Jose at A tier. That's the case I would make right now.
I'm honestly fine with that.
I would be okay with that.
I love the Sharks. I do love the Sharks logo. I mean, it's a freaking shark chomping. No. Put the NH1 man. It isn't the orange one. It's not the orange one. And all I think about.
Wait, how about
this?
All
I know is there you go. And all I know is that when I see that logo, I think of Gary Bettman, and I don't know if I want to like.
Yeah, that deserves
nightmares.
That deserves.
I'm joking.
All right, so we move on to the new expansion team, the Seattle Kraken.
Okay,
they could have done so much with this logo.
That's what I'm saying. I think they could have done way more. I don't mind it. I don't hate it, but I still think it could have been a side patch. Or they could have added to it.
I think you were right.
I think it is a solid. It's probably a solid B, man.
I think I gotta agree with
Even
that.
C.
I think it could have been. I think it could have been like a really good side patch, but as a main logo, it's like you see a lot of these teams.
It is cool though, like the Kraken eye and the tentacle.
Yeah.
And the colors, of course, which is I think it's like the colors of like their fairies in Seattle, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that one, but
I feel like for all the teams that we put in like A, B that are just like letter logos, like Avalanche, Flames in a sense, and Boston, like we put Boston for its classic, but it looks so good that they haven't had to change it. Same with Colorado, we were even mentioning. Like it's maybe it might have to grow on us, but I think they did way better with their design than Seattle ever did.
Do you think Seattle then changes it, say 5 to 7 years?
Oh, 100%. I could see them bringing out alternate and changing the logo. I could 100% see that.
Well, yeah, because I'm guessing with the reverse retros that come out this year, it's going to be their Seattle Metropolitan look. So it's going to be like that, like kind of Christmassy stripe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's going to just be a classic, but it's not going to have too much whatever. But I don't know. I think they could have done something with like a Kraken, man. Sorry, like a full on Kraken,
Yeah, but they could have done so much. It would have been cool to have another animal logo for sure.
This one's really nerdy. I don't know if you ever watched Call of Duty League, like esports, like professional Call of Duty. There's a team called the Florida Mutineers, and it's like their Mutineers logo. You can search it up. It's like search it up when you can, but it it has like a hat. It's almost like a Kraken or like maybe almost Davy Jones like with the hat. I think that's sick. I think
Oh, a
that's
Davy
what I was
Jones?
looking like that.
Release the Kraken.
You
Yeah.
ha- you have to see it. I don't know.
I
But
think,
I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe something like that.
they
I
could have
think
done
the
more.
Seattle thing. You know what? Now that we're talking about it, let's just put it in C because we were disappointed.
You were disappointed, so you want to move it up to a C?
I'm not putting it in D.
You don't want to put Seattle Kraken still in D, eh? Huh.
You know put. You know what? Here, we'll put it in D because then we'll have everyone go after us.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I will still confidently put it in D and then go over here with St. Louis and put it in C. Actually, I would even bump up St. Louis to B.
I think Seattle's a solid. St. Louis is a solid B. Man, I love the blue. It's like the blue and the flyer. You know
Solid
what? You can put it
B,
in C.
or would you even put it in A?
It could be up there, man. You can put it in C if you like. I think it's a solid B. Bit of an A, but I think a C. A B. B. My bad. I'm getting all the
You know what?
letters.
I'll put it in B. I'll put it in B.
Yeah.
Okay, Tampa Bay. They upgraded
Like
it from the old one, but I think the old one looks better, and this is a
old
C.
ones.
I think
04 okay.
04 one was sick.
Here's the thing: if this was a C, then Seattle is a C, and I hate to say that. No,
You don't think?
that's what I think.
You do make a good point. So, where do you want me to put the? Where do you want this? Where do you want it? Where do you think it fits?
I don't know, man, because the Lightning logo is just too basic. Like it's like I have a similar thing with.
Fine.
Like,
How about this? So I'll move Tampa to D. I'll agree with D because of how basic it looks, but I won't move Seattle from D because I'm still disappointed with what they could have done with it.
It's fair.
Fair.
More controversy. There we
go. More controversy in the
on
chat, boys. That's
perfect.
what we want. Okay, so with Toronto though, I gotta give some respect. It is an A.
A for you?
Yeah, it's an A
B,
because
for sure.
From what they had in 2004, this is like a much better upgraded looking Maple. It looks a little bit more like a Maple Leaf from their old one. The old one looked like a basic Walmart version, in my opinion, for a Maple Leaf, and then they finally upgraded in 2016.
Yeah, no, that's so true, man.
Like it looks
so
actually good now, and I can't really like. I'm not a big Maple Leafs guy at all. Not about their fans or anything. Mouse Matthews drops 60 goals a year, so I'll give them that. But I can't hate on the logo. They upgraded to a decent looking logo, so I'll end it off with that.
And throw back to I guess they're like OG and stuff for say. And when they revived it the 16-17 season, I was like, that's perfect. I love it. And it seems like every other team's trying to copy Toronto's like logo or I guess their jersey style, like Tampa Bay. They're like so similar to each other. It's so funny. When they were Detroit's, right? It's red.
When they were playing each other in the first round, I couldn't tell the difference of who was actually playing.
I was actually wondering. Sometimes I'd see like a defenseman I'd see Morgan Riley. No, I don't know. I'd see like a player like just give the puck away, and I'm like, did they know that was their like teammate, or sorry, did they know that it was not their team? And I thought it was like their team was like practice squad or something. Like I don't know. Like they're very similar. It's actually terrifying how like
if you take that first round, Tampa versus Toronto, and you just take off the logos and just have their jerseys with no logos, do you actually think they would tell the difference? They're that similar.
I feel like us hockey fans could because we watch this all the time, but probably hardly, man.
Yeah, but if you went up to like
the striping, it's the striping they have to look at.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Even the striping similar.
Yeah, that's very true. Moving on from Toronto, I guess we'll move on to your hat there, the Vancouver Canucks.
I love this logo, man. I don't know, I love it. It's an orca whale.
Yeah, it is.
I know people have it, whatever. Dude, in my opinion, it's an S tier.
You think it's an S tier?
I don't think you think it. But I think
I was going to put A tops. I was going to put A tops.
I'm not even a Canucks fan. I have this hat because like I guess it's like my workout hat, but it's like I love the logo. I just do. I mean, like, I can't tell. I just love it
as a logo for the Vancouver Canucks.
I'm not a Canucks fan. I'm not allowed to be as a Flames fan. I just love this logo. I just think it's sick. But you know what, man?
I'll give it to you.
Maybe it is an A tier. Maybe it is A tier.
You think so now?
I don't know.
Because
I do love it.
It's hard to say
I
because
think
we
it
didn't
holds
give
a
San
special.
Jose S tier or
That's
Toronto
true.
because it's like
I
it is a good logo, but I don't think it's S yet. I don't think so.
that is true. I have a special place in my heart for with that Canucks logo, so it's
Yeah, I
probably
guess that's
why.
fair.
Like, I don't know. I just like, yeah. Hey,
Then
it's fine.
I'm just gonna slide this one right here. Or actually,
Man,
you know
I
what?
don't
They'll
know.
go F with Bettman's NHL logo.
I mean
Basic.
the
It's
V is
still
cool.
nice.
It's a helmet. Here's the problem I got, man. It's like, okay, it's happened twice with the expansion teams. You could have done more. You didn't do anything. That's how I
Exactly.
see it. We're gonna get hated on it, but I don't know, man. It's just like a helmet. The V is the cool thing.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe it's the
comfortable with leaving it
colors.
there.
Even a D. I don't know. It's all right. I think everyone just has some sort of hatred to Vegas, whether it be their logo, their jerseys, the management, probably the management, and other things like that.
It's okay. The
Yeah,
players also hate them too now, apparently, because
I
no one
think.
wants to play there.
I mean, yeah, I would also not want to be like treated like garbage. Giving my a literal career for you for 4 years, hard working, all that to be like, we'll just throw you aside. Don't worry about it. It's just business.
It's just business.
I don't know, man. It's
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Apps.
Well, we
All
move
right.
on. We move on to the Washington Capitals, and okay, we're moving away from a jersey. It's just the logo itself. With
Oh,
just
this
the
was like a
logo, I
nostalgia
think
thing.
it's just a C.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I
I
was
do
gonna
love
put
it.
a
I do
D.
love it.
I wasn't gonna put it in D. I wouldn't hurt them.
I do. I
I
do.
would
Yeah.
get
It's
roasted if I put it in D, but no, it's a C. It's a C in my opinion.
for sure.
I'm gonna
You know
get
what?
roasted
It's
on
just
that we put
best kind of
Vegas
best kind
in
of best
D
kind of
and
guess.
Capitals in C. We're gonna get roasted. Shit to that.
This whole tier list is we're gonna get roasted. I can tell. It's
Yeah.
oh good, man.
We put Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Minnesota in S tier. Huh.
Have you ever seen Minnesota that high in a tier list before?
No, nothing.
I don't think so, man.
Just for its logo, nothing else. Damn, we should do this
Team
on
who's been
fan
well,
basis.
sorry, if it was a team who's carried by one singular player, an S tier, it would be Minnesota. They'd be up there.
Yeah.
That's it. So this is just Kaprizov, man. Come on.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know.
But
Speaking of Minnesota, I keep seeing so many people have their what are they called, like unpopular opinions or like unpopular predictions, and I've seen so many people think that Fleury's not going to perform well this season.
Wow.
I don't know why. I mean, I think it's just because it's Minnesota, man.
It is just Minnesota, but you also got to look at it. It's Fleury. He's performed every single year.
He is aging. That's true, but exactly right. I think it might kick him in the butt because I think Talbot performed really well, almost too well to be traded under other circumstances, but it happened. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know because I think it'll be fine. It's just because it's Minnesota. Like everyone looks at Minnesota and is like, "Oh, first round exit again," right?
Yeah.
It's like the Flames.
Actually, no. Now it's second round. Now it's second round.
Second round now. Yeah.
We made it past first. We got second. We're technically still doing better than Toronto. But anyways, I guess we'll stick with our Canadian team. The last team on our list, the Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg. Another one that just kind of lost its flavor to me. I think it's D. It's cool. Jets. It's just you got to bring back that OG one. You bring that back. You bring back that OG one. I will love it. I gotta say though,
there's a lot of teams that need
to look at all the logos that these teams have. There's no F tier.
There's not just Bettman's.
There's really no F tier. Yeah, just Bettman's exactly. Which it's true, right? Like I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think any of these logos are actually that awful. Right?
No. They could be improved much.
I think better. A lot of these could be improved. Exactly. I think a lot of these could be improved a lot more than they already are. But I think NHL's got some of the best logos in like sports. I mean, I think like baseball to me is like NHL and the MLB have like the best logos. Like off the top of my head, I think so. And then
Yeah, I would
you know,
possibly agree with that. NBA
I
isn't
don't
that
know.
bad.
It's the fact
Could
that
be
it's like
better.
a lot of the teams' names are based off of birds or animals, like
Yeah.
Orioles or like Cardinals or Blue Jays. It's a Blue Jay, but it's a sick looking Blue Jay, and everyone wears it here, right?
The
I mean, that's
only
just because it's Canada, but it's like the amount of people I'll see walking around with like a Red Sox or a Yankees logo, but it's literally just an N and a Y or a B for Boston,
Yeah, that's all they
right? Like
need.
it's just sick.
It's a great that they could do that. You know what though? Like I could see probably if the logos that are in D right now, like Dallas, Kings, Tampa, and Winnipeg, all went back to their old logos, they would probably all be in B's and A's. It would only probably be like
100%.
one or two in D. Like
No,
low
100%.
key.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it was fun. Now that I see it though, we put the two new teams in D because they could have done more.
yeah, they really could.
All hyped up and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
We got sure.
but hey, that's our tier list.
Hey,
What do you
that
guys
is our
think? Leave
tier
that in the
list,
comments.
boys. And if you guys have enjoyed this episode of tier lists and just more off-season updates, please leave a like. Please comment what you guys want next in the next episode, and please subscribe. T-Dog and I would love if you guys could do that for us, and I guess I should as well. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hope you guys did enjoy, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Hang loose, dudes. Enjoy your off season. Enjoy your summer. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.